Okay, guys, well, I'm incapacitated for the day because I seem to have taken a kerplunk on my skateboard. So, I was thinking, what can I do with all this free time? I have 24 hours, and I was thinking, I should make a movie. But, unfortunately, I don't have the funding. So, I'm going to think of the ideas, and you guys are going to make the movie. Yeah! Alright, so the first movie, you've got like Mary Kate, Ashley Olsen. One and the other, but they're the same, right? Because they're twins. So, you've got Mary Kate, who's a dragon, and you've got Ashley, who's a ninja. But the dragon wants to be a ninja, and the ninja wants to be a dragon. So, they do a little flip-flop through a soul machine, and then one becomes what the other one wants, but then there's like the life lesson where they learn that they don't really want to be that thing, and then they need to find a way to flip soul flop back. Okay, this one, it's like a cartoon, but it's about a pair of shoes who doesn't like to be worn by a guy with stinky feet. So he goes on like a quest, and he wants to find like this guy who like has really nice feet, but then when he finally finds the feet he likes, they're too big. So he's constantly trying to be bigger shoes than he is. But it's kind of like a coming of age tale or something about shoes, trying to get away from stinky feet, but not finding the right size feet. Okay, for the next one, we've got like a cat and this kid. Let's call him, I don't know, Ted. And in this story, the cat's always like scratching up all of Ted's furniture. And so one day, Ted just throws the fucking cat. And that's it. Okay, this one, it's like a feel-good story about like a Chinese kid who is always trying to find a better job because he works in a sweatshop for pennies a day, not even because they use yen or something, and he's like always looking at these cool American Apparel t-shirts that are all bright, and they're always like, yeah, we don't use sweatshops. So he's like constantly trying to make it to America, and so when he finally does, he like goes to American Apparel and he sees a factory and he gets a job in there, and he looks inside the factory and it's like sweatshop. So he gets a job there and he's like, why am I working at the sweatshop? And the only thing better about that sweatshop is that it's got like pizza on Fridays, so he stays there instead of just working without pizza on Fridays. Okay, then I got this one. It's like, so you've got like a bunch of toys, right? And they've got like this kid that owns them and he loves to play with them. But like what happens all the time is when he's not around, they're like alive and stuff. So they go, they go out and they do their toy stuff. And then one day comes this new toy and he's like, oh, look at me, I can fly, I can do all this cool stuff. And then this one guy who like can't do all this cool stuff, he's like, oh man, I'm like jealous of that dude. And then like, they try and get rid of him, and they realize like they can't do that because he's just another toy, And they already made that one? Fuck. Okay, so then you've got this one movie where this guy, he like lives in the forest and stuff, and he's like, oh dude, I totally love my life in the forest, but I want to see more of the world. So he moves out to the desert, except he doesn't move to the city. He moves like into like the desert where there's like snakes and stuff, and then one day he like realizes that there's not like meadows and streams like there is in the forest, so he doesn't have any water, so he like dies of heat exhaustion. So my last one, you've got like this one guy who loves like making fun of French people, and so he's always like, oh, do you have any grape bon? And like stuff like that, and he's like, oh, oui, oui. And so he moves to France, and because he moves there to make fun of all the French people, but then they think he's actually French and that he's retarded. So he like gets like people to help him out, and they have him stay with them and stuff, and he doesn't know that they think he's retarded because they don't know what they're saying, and he just keeps going, oh, oui, oui, oh, grape bon. So they keep making him sandwiches with all this mustard and stuff, and they keep just like doing all this good stuff for him, and then he like realizes that they just think he's retarded, and he just keeps going with the act because he gets everything for free, and he doesn't have to do anything, and he still gets to make fun of French people, except they pay him for it. So they really are as dumb as he thinks, but they really think he's really dumb. But he's not.